Here we are back again and on day 3 of our Lenten meditation. And today we're going to be looking at hymn 142 in the hymnal 1982, Lord, who throughout these 40 days. Now, this particular piece of poetry was created for worship by Claudia Frances Herneman. And Herneman was the daughter and wife of clergymen in England during the 19th century. She actually wrote more than 150 hymns. Many of them were for children, including one that was written specifically for the Girls Friendly Society. And if you're not familiar with that, the Girls Friendly Society is a ministry within the Episcopal Church that helps children, young people between the ages of 5 and 21 to enable young women to feel empowered in leadership and to experience opportunities for teaching and mentoring younger girls. And this society, this Girls Friendly Society, still exists in the Episcopal Church today throughout the world. And we have several very active chapters right here in New Jersey. So, a little bit of information about one of those groups that she wrote one of these many 150 or more hymns for. Numbers are important in this particular hymn. And so, as it says in the title, the number 40, the 40 days, crops up often in our biblical narrative. 40 days is the length of time that Noah and his family are on the ark before they discover land, waiting for those waters to recede. 40 days symbolizes the time that Jesus spent wandering in the wilderness, tempted by the devil, which is another theme that we reflect on during Lent. Another nod to this particular set of numbers is the 40 days that Moses spends on Mount Sinai, and in turn, the 40 years that the Jewish people spend wandering in the desert after they've escaped from Egypt and are trying to find the promised land. 40 years they wandered in the desert. The time between the resurrection and the ascension of Jesus, surprisingly enough, amounts to, you guessed it, 40 days. And so as we move through our 40 days of Lent, let's take an opportunity to look at this particular hymn and see some of the images that it presents to us. So as always, let's take a moment to get comfortable. Let's hear from our hymn. Lord, who throughout these 40 days for us did fast and pray, teach us with thee to mourn our sins and close by thee to stay. As thou with Satan didst contend and didst the victory win. O give us strength in thee to fight, in thee to conquer sin. As thou didst hunger, bear, and thirst, so teach us, gracious Lord, to die to self, and chiefly live by thy most holy word. And through these days of penitence, and through thy passion tide, yea, evermore, in life and death, Jesus, with us abide. Abide with us, that so this life of suffering overpast, an Easter of unending joy, we may attain at last. So, some of the points that you might want to ponder. The first one I have for you is the idea that that final verse seems to really pivot on an entirely different feeling from the rest of the verses. So, how does it sit with you in comparison to those usual feelings that you have during Lent? How does it feel to contemplate the time that Jesus spent in the wilderness fighting the devil's temptations? And what does the term to die to self mean specifically to you? So, thank you once again for joining me today for our daily meditation. And until tomorrow, take care of yourself and may God bless you.